a house, this is a healing room. How do we bring together those elements? So in doing your research, you understand, Japanese are what you call naturopaths. They love their natural medicines. They love their kind of dimmed, low lighting spaces, which just bring a lot of calm. They love their shrines, which is what I picked up in most of the images. When you look at their temples, the shrines are central to who they are. So I knew I had to create a shrine. I needed incense. Then for Enzo's bed, the Japanese style bedding, it's on the floor, and they have the special circular or long, I forget what that shape is called, a certain style of pillow. So we had that made for him, just so we could bring about the believability element. So this is a video that's obviously shot in Zimbabwe. This is for a Zimbabwean audience. And I chose to bring in Zimbabwe using our rukukwe. We used those on the floor, and then we just imitated the dojo-style carpeting using tape that would form the separate flooring mat.
So even though it was a Japanese set, you still managed to throw in one or two Zimbabwean elements of the rukukwe and so on, right?
Exactly.
All right, cool.
It was absolutely essential that we did so. And as someone who has broken into this industry in the last 2 years, and as someone who was abroad, I feel like sometimes when you come back, there's almost a fascination with your own, an appreciation of your own, a journey towards finding out what's your own. So in every single project I do, I try and make sure that if someone takes a glass, it would feel familiar. And so we did that with the bowl, the medicine bowl that Iron King uses it's King Her, actually. It's not Iron King, it's King Her. The bowl she uses to mix the medicine. Those are all traditional Zimbabwean bowls. We've got our wooden artifacts where you can squash garlic and chili and onion, very Zimbabwean. We brought those into the set. And we just went on a journey to bring the two worlds together. In terms of that process, that's what I can say. A lot of research goes in. You have your key concepts, you have your color thread, and I'm sure you've got the sketch. I've sent you the sketch.
I can see it.
Okay. And so you'll see on that sketch, this is how I tend to do it. I just place ideas that are swimming around in my head. The set may not end up looking exactly like that, but I have a rough idea before I even begin to build where stuff is going to go. And with that preparation, it then just allows the creative gods to bring to life the story that I'm trying to tell. It also comes with literally listening to the artist's song. I listened to Enzo's song probably over 1,000 times.
So it kind of it rings in your ear for a while.
It rings in your ear. And even when I met him on set, it was so hilarious. I actually started singing to him. The most awkward of behaviors when you're starstruck, I guess. But I started singing to him. I knew the words, even though they were jumbled. But it was just, it's in my system. By the time I meet you, by the time I get on set with you, I would have lived the song.
That's awesome.
So it's all really exciting. It's a bit of an effort, but once I've actually started drawing, then I know I'm ready to go.
Awesome. So question, what are the challenges that you face as a creative director in Zimbabwe?
What I would say is, if I was in London right now doing and building for some of the shoots and videos that perhaps I've had to build here in Zimbabwe, sourcing my props, any kind of prop from 1980, from the 1930s, Afrofusion, I would be able to find, whether it's on eBay or local charity shops or antique stores. that's my biggest challenge here. But it's been great because I've had to use platforms that other Zimbabweans who have no option to say, if I was in London, what would I do? I'm about Zimbabwe. I'm about making a statement that from within we can build. So you've got platforms like Zenvine, where my prop stash is actually built up because people have stuff that they have no need for in their homes, in their backyards, in their garages, that they deem completely useless, and they allow me to come and pick up. I've had people on Zenvine loan me equipment, stuff that was on Enzo Ishal set. Some of it I pulled from Zimbabweans that are just on Enterprise Road that happen to have beautiful pieces that they're not using and that were happy to loan me for the set. The other beautiful thing that's come from the challenges is that I have an incredible father and son team. You didn't actually meet them, Tinashe, because I came on set on my own that day. But every single job that I've been on thus far, they've started with me. I've trained them to my standard. They thought I was very weird at first when I'd make them do certain things. But 2 years on, I can give them a brief, walk away from the set for 24 hours, and I come back and they are perfecting their craft. So we've had to learn how to do a lot of things by hand. You'll see in Enzo's video, we've got lighting that's literally falling from the ceiling. That's an idea that we came up with, reconstructed glass jars that hung from the ceiling. I told them I needed marukukwe on the walls. I have no idea how they did it, but they made it happen. So I'm also really blessed in that sense that there are a lot of difficulties and there are a lot of things that kind of, shoot day, particularly for Enzo Ishal's shoot. My transport couldn't find diesel. And what can you do? You have to wait until the diesel comes. And we got to the set, but everything was a rush because of an element that was out of our control. So they're just those little things. The flow of money in Zimbabwe could be seen as a hurdle, but what I found in the work that I'm doing is that the harder I work, the more I put out projects, people will
appreciate,
will pay you and appreciate it as well. So it's a challenge trying to get people to understand why you are needed on a set, what you bring, and how the outcome will be made different if you bring us on board and if you bring myself on board. But it's a journey. People are shifting, they're changing, the arts are growing in Zimbabwe. And it just helps how I sit and how I work as well. But what do you do? What do you do? Some people are living in Syria right now. If I look at the country, if I look at how it's happening and how things are flowing, you don't get anything done.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for your insight. It's been awesome. So where can people find you online?
Online at the moment, people can find me on my Instagram page at nombi.stylist, TH at the end.
Link right here below.
Yeah, it'll be right there.
Yeah.
And my hashtag is NombiStylist. And you can see all my work and projects that I've been involved in kind of collated under that hashtag. And you can email me as well. You can find the link to my address on my Instagram page. It's nombistylist@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. It's been educational. And looking forward to seeing you on set on the next shoot, eh?
I'm looking forward to being back out there, actually.
Awesome.
Let's use this time to grow. I'm going to use this time to grow and just get better and study. The goal is to get Zim on the map, you guys.
Let's put Zim on the map. Nice words to close with.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be seeing you.
Thank you so much, Tinashe.
All right. Thank you for watching this episode of The Call In. Hit the like and subscribe button, and please drop a comment down below. I would love to get some of your feedback about what you think about the show, as well as who you think that we should interview next. A really special shout out to Nombi the Stylist, and all the links and descriptions will be down below.